Son, born 1998, home from university, socially isolated.
Dad, born 1966, furloughed, socially distant.
Grandad, born 1946, retired, socially unacceptable. Great-granddad, born 1923, socially extinct.
4 generations of Rams fans who've supported the club through thick and thin. Mostly thin. We've got some time on our hands, so we've made our team of Derby County players created from everyday objects.
But unlike everybody else, we've read the rules. Dad, what are the rules?
The rules. Rule number 1, no nicknames.
That's a shame. That means my current favourite player, Waggy, you've not made the cut.
Rule number 2, they can't be too obvious.
Graham Shinnie's not made it then.
Rule number 3, they have to be actual legends, defined as any player, past or present, who fans are talking about. Oh, and don't forget rule number 4, no rude ones.
No rude ones. Well, that's Paul Dickoff out then. Formation-wise, we've gone modern 3-4-3 and the keeper, easy.
You're telling me there used to be a keeper called Peter Knife and Fork?
No, mate. The Catman himself, Eric Steele.
Defender. 1980s. Homegrown academy. Played beside Mark Wright. Ball blades.
Dad, you're a doctor, aren't you?
I am, mate. I've got a PhD. Andre Wisdom.
No, it's not spaghetti bolognese. It's spaghetti in a creamy sauce with mushrooms and bacon. I give you Horatio Carbonari.
Left midfield, Christian Daly.
Centre mid, academy graduate, and already a Rams legend, Max Bird.
My dad says a legend is anybody you're still talking about even 40 years later, so I give you Mick Brolly. Early 80s, we've had some bad times at Derby County, but the early 80s was particularly bad. And Mick Brolly, for me, stood out as being outstandingly bad in an outstandingly bad team. Lovely bloke, I'm sure, but still talking about him 40 years later. Mick, you're a legend.
With one midfield place up for grabs, my dad wanted to go with Adam Boulder. But I'd prefer to go with a player who couldn't pass, shoot, or head the ball. He was a good tackler, but by the time he signed for us, his legs were so gone he couldn't get near enough to tackle. A clever lad though, because he somehow bagged himself a 40 grand a week, 3-year contract, despite being way past his best. It's pundit legend, Robbie Savage!
Forward number 1, the ultimate Rams legend. The one we still sing about before every home match. Steve Bloomer. Way before my time, but listen to these stats. 375 Rams games, 238 goals. His England record? Played 23, scored 28. I repeat, 28 goals in 23 international games. A century later, Steve Bloomer's watching, helping the fight, guiding the heroes in the black and white.
Up front with Bloomer, I've been through your pant drawer, mate, and I've gone Phil G. String. Alright, signed from Gresley Rovers for next to nothing, had a cracking season and a half.
Season and a half? I'm not sure that makes him a legend, Dad.
You know Big Nick from the village, right? Big Nick. When he was Little Nick at the baseball ground, Phil G once hit a ball at him straight in the face, out cold. Little Nick out cold. He's never recovered. 40 years ago, he's never really recovered.
That must have been one hell of a shot.
Mate, it wasn't even a shot. He was just clearing it for a throw-in. That's why Phil G. String makes it into the team as a legend.
I think everyone knows who the last member of the team's going to be. It's another Jim Smith signing. Old Wobbly Legs himself, banging goals in left, right and centre. I give you Paolo Wanchop.
So before we introduce the best goal ever scored, we need a gaffer. And it was a hard choice. So I've gone with this guy for all the wrong reasons. Paul Jewell. 27 games in charge, won 1. Thanks, Newcastle. Signed the likes of Eddie Lewis, Hossam Ghali. Relegated from the Premier League with 11 points, a record no club will ever beat. The team of 2007-2008, the History Boys. For that, Paul Jewell is the gaff.
Where's Grandad?
Oh, the old boy's gone for his nap. Before we show you that goal, we've got a couple of challenges. And remember, it's got to be your heroes in everyday household objects. Who are you challenging, mate?
I'm challenging the biggest Bolton fan I know, Ellis Radcliffe. Bring it on, Ellis, but I'm aware that Bolton and legend might be a bit of an oxymoron.
Good call. Paul McGee, good mate of mine. Wigan Athletic, mate. Wigan Athletic. Your legends in everyday household objects. Can we do a celebrity one?
I think we can.
Robbie Williams. How about that? Big football fan. Port Vale, mate. Port Vale legends. While you furloughed yourself on 100 grand a week, Robbie, do your Port Vale legends. Big shout out to the current Derby County team. As soon as the season gets back up and running, boys, good luck. We're on the up. Meantime, current squad, watch this goal. Watch and learn. No way. We try and post it on YouTube and they say that the Paolo one-shot, the best goal of all time, is copyrighted, so we couldn't include it. I hope you enjoyed our video anyway.